sleeping pattern and feeding requirements by me, Ashley Magana. I couldn't figure out how to do a voice threat, so I'm hoping, and I did a PowerPoint, so I'm hoping being able to show you the PowerPoint and you can see me actually presenting it is better. I don't know. So we start with the physical development. And this time, a kid develops the most from like lifting their head to using their leg support to already crawling and walking. A kid moves a lot throughout the first year. So the first month they begin with lifting their head. They start nodding up, trying to look at things. 2 to 4 months they start to use their chest and their arms for support, like to get them up and to stop nodding their head so much. From 2 to 5 months they start rolling over, which means they're probably already trying to move and start crawling. 3 to 6 months they support some weight with their legs, even though their legs are very weak, they're still able to support something out of it. From 4 to 8 months, they can sit without support. 5 to 10 months, they can stand but with support. 6 to 10, pull themselves up to stand, meaning they can start, just grabbing onto the furniture and to the clothes and start trying to stand up by themselves. And then from 7 to 13 months, they start using the furniture to walk around as support for them, since they can't really walk alone anymore, or yet. From 10 to 14 months, they can stand alone easily. From 11 to 14 months, they can walk easily, which just means the photos, them lifting their head up, them rolling over, using furniture for support, and next thing you know, they're walking by themselves. The sleeping pattern. Within the first week of a baby's sleeping pattern, they sleep the most. They can sleep up to 16 and a half hours, meaning they can sleep 8 and 1/4 hours in the daytime and 8 and 3/4 at nighttime, meaning they get a lot of sleep, but it's very like small times of sleep because they always wake up, but pretty much added up, that's how much they sleep. Within 6 months, it doesn't really change that much. They go from 16 hours to only 14 hours and 1/4 of sleep. And then in the nighttime, it goes much longer than it does in the daytime. Nighttime, they get about 10 and 1/4 of hours, and then in the nighttime, they get about 4 hours, or 3.5 hours, or 3 and 3/4 of hours of sleep. And then within 12 months, again, doesn't change that much, 13 hours instead of 14 hours, and then they again sleep more in nighttime, which is 10 and 3/4, and then just 3 hours of sleep during the nighttime. So that's how the baby's sleeping. The feeding requirements. Vitamins, minerals, calories, and high protein are sources that are needed for normal growth and brain development for kids. Breastfeeding is recommended for at least 1 year in the child's life. 6 months is okay, but it's high fat and it helps the kid get stronger pretty much. They begin from getting 8 to 12 feeds in the beginning of their breastfeedings to feed and feed by the time they reach the age of 1, which means they would get about 6 to 8 feeds a day. At 6 months, solid foods should be introduced, like grains or like fruits and vegetables and things like that, because any sooner will cause obesity in a child's life. I read in the book, I believe. And veggies should be introduced first because kids prefer sweeter things, meaning try to get them used to veggies so that they can like that more. And then fruits is also good, but veggies should be the top priority. Okay, and that's all for my presentation. Thank you.